Welcome to Estuary News. I'm Hugh Richards. Time now for the news headlines.
Plans for the 400-home Millennium Park development in Grimsby take a step forwards. A full application for the first batch of 62 new homes off Humberston Avenue has been submitted, and a reserved matters application for the other 323. The multi-million pounds Fleming Gate shopping centre has opened in Beverley today. 10 stores are to open, including Wilkinson's and the Card Factory, with the anchor retailer Debenhams employing around 100 people. Elsewhere, thousands of pounds of damage has been caused to a number of cars in Bridlington. Parked in a lay-by on Well Lane, the vehicles had wing mirrors, windscreens and windows smashed. It happened in the early hours of Sunday morning. Humberside Police are now appealing for witnesses. And preparations are in full swing for Grimsby's Operation Christmas Child, better known as the Shoebox Appeal. Volunteers have been working all year round to make sure the shoeboxes are packed and ready to go. Last year, more than 20,000 boxes filled with children's toys and essentials were shipped from the Ice House on Victor Street.
Well, last year we gave out 21,458 shoeboxes, which was a phenomenal amount. And that was all due to thank you for the public that helped with that. So this year we're hoping to conquer that or to actually do more. And it really does depend on everybody that can contribute, whether they just come and work for half an hour in the volunteer room or whether they would like to just donate things. Just anything. It's a wonderful thing to achieve and to be fulfilled in this particular campaign.
Holidays are coming, but people in Grimsby and Hull will not get a chance to see the famous Coca-Cola Christmas truck. Well, unless you travel to Bridlington. It'll be in the town on the 12th of December. It's from the well-known advert for the soft drink. Well, if you have any news stories, you can contact us on 01472 315561 or send us an email, news@estuary.tv. But until next time, goodbye.
The sandwich industry is a growing one and today contributes some £7.8 billion to the UK economy. That's not just today, that's a year, I think. To celebrate National Sandwich Day, we sent Luke Smith from Hull and Kimberly Harrison from Grimsby to see if tastes differ on either side of the Humber.
The humble sandwich is a British institution. We manage to consume over 11.5 billion of them each year. In fact, we make enough sandwiches every year to stretch around the world over 8 times.
But with so much choice, is there a favourite sandwich filling? And more to the point, do the favourites on the South Bank differ with those on the North? Such an important question needs answering. At the Scrummy Yummy Sandwich Shop in Immingham, the customers have clear favourites.
My favourite sandwich is a roast pork with stuffing and applesauce.
My favourite one's tuna and red onion and lettuce.
My favourite from here, I would say, would be a ham salad. It's always fresh, it's lovely.
My favourite sandwich filling is roast pork with crackling, stuffing and applesauce.
My favourite sandwich filling is a ham salad because it doesn't lay very heavy after you've eaten it.
Chicken mayo.
My husband loves the BLT because the bacon's just right, he says.
My favourites, well, I think my number one is a ham salad, a traditional ham salad, followed by a bacon. I really do like bacon with brie. Bacon and brie, it's absolutely fantastic.
But what are the best-selling sandwich fillings?
Our top 3 sellers is obviously the bacon, a bacon sandwich in the morning, and then we have a chicken tikka, but the number 1 seller that everyone seems to be going for nowadays is a chicken and bacon, and that's in a light mayonnaise. That seems to be the popular one.
But what about the favourites over the river on the North Bank? The Snackery in Hull also caters for the taste of all its customers, but will the favourites be the same?
My favourite sandwich is chicken salad on brown with salad cream.
My favourite sandwich filling is sausage and bacon with tomato sauce.
My favourite sandwich filling's got to be the barbecue pulled pork.
Well, my favourite sandwich has got to be bacon on ciabatta. It's lovely and chewy and tasty?
Most definitely, I think the top one is a bacon sandwich. Second, we're looking at chicken and bacon mayo in our shop, and then we're talking about cheese salad with lots of red onion on it.
So let's compare the top three.
In Hull, we like cheese salad, chicken and bacon, and then top of the list is a simple bacon sandwich.
Whereas in Immingham, we like a bacon sandwich, but then also a chicken tikka, and finally a chicken and bacon.
Whichever way you slice it, it seems that we're both fans of bacon.
Especially early in the morning.
Definitely my favourite.
But what makes a good sandwich?
I suppose, sandwiches are also healthy, they're nutritious, they're very, very tasty, and from our point of view, the important thing is to make sure your ingredients are gorgeous, and then you've got a lovely sandwich. First of all, make sure you've got fantastic bread, proper butter, lovely fresh salads, fresh meat, not anything that's processed. So for us, we can make sure we're giving our customers a really healthy, tasty sandwich.
A good sandwich, it needs good bread, it needs a really, really good filling with prime fillings and plenty of it. Not scrimping and scraping, it needs to be a really good filling.
According to research by the British Sandwich Association, the total annual weight of shop-bought sandwiches in the UK came to over 380,000 tonnes. So why are they so popular?
Well, of course, sandwiches are wonderful and very tasty, but they're also very convenient. I think for people on their way to work, in the mornings or at lunchtime, it's a way for them to make sure they get something proper to eat during the day.
It's one of the biggest sellers, worldwide, not just the UK, but worldwide. We need to be supporting that sandwich. It's quick, it's easy, it's versatile, and you can literally eat it on the go.
Tracy Selkeld from Louth has taken on the lofty challenge of climbing to the base camp of Mount Everest in order to raise funds for the Alzheimer's Society. I spoke to her the other day. Tracy, without sounding too much like George Mallory, why did you climb Everest?
Basically, I wanted a challenge in my life, and since climbing Ben Nevis at midnight for Alzheimer's, I wanted a new, fresh challenge. So I thought to myself, why not? Here comes Everest Base Camp, and Everest Base Camp it was.
And how high is Everest Base Camp?
Roughly about 17,500 feet.
That's
pretty high.
That's a long walk.
It is a long walk, yes.
I imagine it's fairly drafty up there.
It was very drafty up there. But my excitement and my adrenaline took me all the way.
So where do you start? If you're going up to the base camp at 17,000 feet, the whole mountain's about just a tiny bit less than 30,000 feet, isn't it?
That's correct, it is.
So where do you start, sort of on the valley floor, as it were?
Well, the valley floor started when I landed in Kathmandu. I had a couple of days acclimatisation. And then me and the rest of the team, which consisted of 3 young, very fit guys, and we started from Lucca, and then that is the actual place to start Everest, be it at the base camp or actually going to the summit. So we started from Lucca, and then about 8 days into the trek we actually got to the base.
So it's an 8-day walk, an 8-day climb?
Well, yes.
And how, I imagine it's vertical practically, well it's certainly diagonal. You don't get a lot of sauntering along with your hands in your pockets.
No, it isn't. Basically, because they had an earthquake in April, the terrain is pretty bad. So as we were walking on the pass, we came across little things called boulders, which were mountains in themselves. So trying to scramble across a boulder or over a boulder was very difficult because the path just stopped. So we had to go back over it again, and then we decided to follow the river to actually get to the base.
The earthquake in April took several lives, of course, didn't it? It took lots of
Sherpas,
yes, especially.
Yes.
Were you frightened?
No. I think I knew that was in the back of my mind, but I was so focused that I thought, here I am, this is only a chance of in a lifetime experience. And so I thought, go for it.
You weren't tempted once you got to the base camp just to keep on going?
Oh yes. Because the following day I woke up at 2:30 in the morning to climb an adjacent mountain to see the sunrise over Everest, and I shall never forget that. And it was -4 with a wind chill that I can't describe to you because it was that cold. It was freezing cold. It went straight through me. Plus having problems with the altitude because in the morning it was more apparent that I couldn't get my breath.
Right, and that altitude sickness is caused by just that there isn't enough oxygen up at that
That's
level.
correct, yes.
You're halfway up through the atmosphere at that
That's
point.
correct,
and,
yes.
And that's terrifying.
So I trained myself to do the waltz in my mind after 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe, and then after 1, 2, 3, 4, have some crystallised ginger because a friend of mine said ginger is very good. And touch wood, I didn't get altitude sickness.
The technique for overcoming altitude sickness is 3-4 time waltzing, is it?
Yes, it was good enough for me.
Well,
Yes.
there's a tip I hadn't expected, Tracy. When you get to base camp, what do you find there? What is it?
Basically, it was like on a film set. It was just like a snowy range of these huge mountains called the Himalayas, and it was just, amazing. It's just incredible. It's the most eeriest, coldest. I felt like I was on the. Well, I've never been to the moon place.
And we'll have more from Tracy after this break. Welcome back, you're watching Estuary News. Still to come, we find out which sandwich tickles the taste buds in our region, and we'll have all the latest local sports. A little while ago, I was talking to Tracy Salkeld about her assault on Everest. Tracy, this assault on Everest wasn't just a jaunt. You were doing it for a more serious purpose.
That's correct, yes. The whole purpose of it was because I'm very passionate on Alzheimer's. Through my training program, I met a young girl of 19 who has got Alzheimer's, and it shocked me that a girl of her age could have this chronic disease.
Well, we associate it with people in
Older
age, don't we? Yes.
We do. Before I took my challenge on, I thought it was definitely an old people's age, but it isn't.
So what happens if you're a 19-year-old girl, you're still a teenager,
Yes,
and
that's
you
correct.
find your mind going like that?
That's soul destroying. For Lily, I don't think she knows, basically. She can't acknowledge her parents, let alone her name. I met her through a training program going around Stonehenge, and she did 26 miles with her brother holding onto her baby Ray, so he took her around. And when we finished, we had a picnic, and it was just sheer fluke. I was sat on the grass next door to them. The brother wanted another burger, and he asked me to look after his sister for him. And that was my turning point, and that's my focus.
And this climbing activity, this is raising money for
It
awareness
is.
of
It is.
Alzheimer's?
Yes, and anybody who wants to support me in any shape or form, please go on my website, which is traceschallenges.uk, and at the moment I've just raised over £6,000. But if you put both of my Ben Nevis Mountain and Everest Base Camp, I think I've just tipped over £12,000, which is amazing.
That's fantastic. Where does that money go?
It actually goes to the research or into an actual all-purpose building. I'm very greedy. I think I would like both.
Right. What causes Alzheimer's?
Truthfully, I think it's just basic loss of memory. We all forget things. I certainly do. And it's just an onset that your brain shuts down on certain parts.
And is there any prospect of it? You talked about research, a prospect of a cure?
Oh, I hope so. I hope so in my lifetime. If my money, well, not my money, the people who are generously going to give me the money is going into that, oh, please, yes. Seeing somebody that you really love looking into you and you're pouring your love back into them, it's frightening because they just do not know who you are, what you are. And it's so upsetting, so upsetting.
What projects are coming up next? You've done Ben Nevis, you've done Mount Everest.
It's going to be a quiet year next year. I got a sneaky suspicion that I'd like to do a parachute jump, a tandem parachute jump. I would like
parachute jump with a bicycle?
Oh, possibly so, sir. Yes. But I can run, but I'm going to train myself up to my peak to do the Great North Run.
Right.
And that's a challenge in itself.
Absolutely, yes. Well, we just had the Hull Marathon a few weeks ago, didn't we?
We did. So I'm 51 now, and I'm going to keep on challenging myself until I'm 55.
Well, the mountain air clearly suits you.
It does.
There must have been a certain amount of training just for that.
Oh, yes.
That Everest assault.
Most definitely. I belong to a local gym in Louth. I live in Louth, so it's Kennick, and I have a very nice young fit instructor called Adam, and he certainly has been putting me through my paces.
Right. He's brutal, is he?
He is very brutal. He has this awful saying, everything's easy. It's easy. Well, it would be easy for him to give me my instructions. So we have a lot of banter.
Tracy, just remind us again of that website address if people want to help out with Alzheimer's.
Right, it is sorry, let me start again.
Tracy's Challenges.
Tracy'sChallenges.co.uk, and it's Tracy without an E.
Tracy, thank you very much for coming in, and good luck with the next challenge.
Thank you.
Now, you might think this is just a piece of filling, but we've been to Grimsby Town Centre to ask people what are their favourite sarnies, butties and rolls in celebration of National Sandwich Day.
Oh, chicken. Yeah, chicken mayo.
And can I ask you the same question?
Chicken.
And can I ask you why chicken is your favourite sandwich filling?
Yeah, I don't think it's just easy. It's tasty.
Because I'm not supposed to eat red meat.
Chicken and bacon, because I don't really know why. It's just nice. Yeah, it's just nice. Bit of mayo.
If you did, it would be tuna though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Just I'm quite boring.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Probably the same.
My favourite filling would be chicken and coleslaw, and it's just really, chicken's my favourite food, and so if I can get it in a sandwich I tend to.
Does it have to be a cold sandwich or a hot? Can I have a hot sandwich? Because I've just had Thai sweet chicken and mozzarella, which is nice because I like the spice, but the creaminess of the mozzarella as well.
Yeah.
So I would say Thai sweet chicken. For me.
Mine would be a roast ham, really nice roast ham with apple chutney. 'Cause I love chutney.
Oh, egg and cress, free range egg. I'm vegetarian, I don't like the caged eggs. Yeah, that's it.
I'm just a traditionalist. I like egg mayonnaise sandwiches.
A favourite sandwich is a bacon butty.
And if you have a story for us, or maybe you're a theatre group and have an upcoming production, then please call 01472 31553 or 315561, email news@estuary.tv, or visit our social media pages on Twitter or Facebook, and you can find yourselves sitting here on the sofa. Time for me now to talk to Erica Barker.
Eric, that's a new one.
Erica. A few local stories coming up.
Yeah, I'll start off with the £70 million retail development that's opened in Beverley, the Flemingate development. Brilliant news, some people would say, for Beverley. Not so good, some people would say, because it's taken trade out of the town centre. Some good stores though, they've got Debenhams, that's kind of the flagship store that they're going to have. Costa, Wilkinson's, Outfit are going to be there, Topshop, Topman. They've also have an 80-room Premier Inn and a 6-screen cinema that are expected to open before Christmas.
Nice redevelopment
so
of an ruined old factory as well, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, so they're utilising that building. So yeah, but that's opening today, so
excellent. Well,
busy times, I think. Yeah, and that comes at the same time. This one's in the Hull Daily Mail about Body Shop. Do you ever go there?
I'm afraid I don't.
Do you not?
No.
I love Body Shop.
Do you?
I'm quite keen. But that's closing in Princess Quay Shopping Centre. It's been another blow really for the shopping centre, because it was revealed in July that other major brands could go as well. We're looking at Topshop, Dorothy Perkins, Miss Selfridge, Wallace, Evans. I know you've been to Hull a few times, Hugh, but obviously with the with the St Stephen's shopping centre that came to Hull, they were saying that it kind of destroyed Whitegate and Princess Quay, because people were going to the other side of the city centre to do the shopping. So it wasn't good news for them. So maybe time will tell when it comes to Beverley if it's going to have an impact on Beverley's town centre.
Okay, interesting that there's enough business for Beverley and Flemingate and not enough business for Princess Quay.
Well, yes, it is. But what is interesting going back to Beverley is that they're actually running a bus service from Flemingate into the town centre to encourage people, and they're saying that they are investing quite a lot of money in publicising the fact, because they do want that to
the business, of course.
For the whole town, not just for the Flemingate development. Time for another one?
Yes, please.
Okay, so this is quite a sad one. This is thieves have stolen thousands of pounds worth of goods from a children's charity base. So volunteers at Real Aid in Ticton, that's near Beverley, discovered their warehouse had been ransacked when they arrived to work for Monday morning. Thousands of pounds worth of raffle prizes, donated items were stolen from the premises over the weekend. Even the charity's van was damaged, so they're not able to use that. Devastating news. Obviously, you know, these volunteers have worked so hard to raise all this money.
From a baby.
Yeah, to raise all this money, and that's been taken. So it's
Erica, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have to stop there because now it's time for the sport.
Steve Bruce is expecting a tough game when the Tigers take on Brentford Park away tonight. It's been reported the Bees, who reached the Championship playoffs last season, have won their last 4 games and conceded just 1 goal in the process, putting a difficult start to the campaign behind them to climb into the mid-table position. With the Tigers also in a good run of form, Bruce is expecting a completely different challenge to the one faced in a 2-0 victory over the NK Dons last Saturday. Grimsby Town boss Paul Hurst tells the club's official site he's optimistic that the club may be able to extend the loan spell of defender Connor Townsend in the near future. The 22-year-old defender has now played 4 games for the club since he joined prior to the game against Halifax Town in October, and with his month-long stay at the club due to end, questions are now starting to be asked about whether the club will be able to secure him for a longer period of time. And Grimsby Town's 124th annual general meeting will be held at Blundell Park on the 26th of November at 10 a.m. It's been announced. And Scunthorpe United's Emirates FA Cup first round clash against Southend United on Saturday will be dedicated to the steelworkers and their families. There will be a variety of events held over the course of the day to show the football club's support for the thousands of local people affected by the announced job losses, as well as to promote the Save Our Steel campaign.
That's it for this evening. If you want to let us know what's your favourite sandwich, then do please call 01472 31553 or email news@estuary.tv or visit our social media pages on Twitter and Facebook. That's all for this evening. Good evening.
Estuary TV weather, sponsored by Rix Petroleum, your local family-owned heating oil supplier this winter.
Hello and welcome to Estuary TV's weather. After a cloudy start, some brightness is likely to develop on Wednesday, although most parts will be dry and some eastern areas in particular may see some showery rain and a maximum temperature of 13 degrees. Outlook for Thursday is going to stay mild, but becoming very unsettled, and some wind or rain may come later on.
Rix, servicing the region's oil boilers this winter from a name you can trust. Get in touch at rix.co.uk or call us on 01482 838383.